What's up, cool people? I'm Matt Conroy. Welcome to another game review. This time I will be reviewing Blob 2. And yes, it's spelled D-E, so I'm pronouncing it Day. Anyway, you know, to start this off, I kind of want to check out the Blob party mode. But let me show you some of the other stuff first. Okay, so there really are pretty limited options. So, like, I don't think you really need to look into that too much. Easy mode, just in case stuff gets too hard, I guess. I mean, sure, put it in there, because this seems like it's a game that's more so meant for kids. So, yeah, sure, easy mode, not a bad thing, I guess. Displaying color names, I would assume, has something to do with, like, you know, just an option put in there for people who are colorblind, because this game is very color intensive. Like, you need to know what color is where and when and all that kind of stuff at all times in this game. I really have no clue what's going on with the 3D stuff. This may have been released initially at a time when, you know, trying to get 3D stuff onto TVs was a bit of a thing and maybe getting kind of pushed a bit. But anyway, while I'm on this menu, as you progress through the game, you earn little, like, light bulb things. I think it's called, like, innovation or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, or invention. One of those two words, I think. You spend these points to basically upgrade Blob, the main character, who you play as in the entire single player, anyway. There is an option for a player 2, but I played this all by myself, so I don't really entirely know how that works, but there are upgrades for player 2's ammo, so co-op. Co-op is an option. I like when co-op is an option. As you go through the game, you also just kind of unlock extras by completing different levels or getting different points for things. I don't really know for sure how all that works. But yeah, I want to check out the Blob party mode. Okay, so that's a multiplayer only kind of thing. Not quite sure how that works out. I wonder if maybe it's either cooperative thing where you try and just see how quickly you can paint all the stuff, or maybe it's competitive to where you kind of fight over control of the area. Anyway, I'm going to go into the single player mode. I'm not going to do the last level in the game. In fact, I will probably do the first one. So as you play each level, there are different tasks that you can do. You know, you collect. What's this all about? Do I even tranquil in? Does this even matter at all? I'm curious what happens when I press this now. Oh, I guess that maybe just changes the music that plays in the background. Huh. Never even realized that was a thing until now. Anyway, so yeah, basically, well, I guess maybe I'll make reference to that screen again later. There's little cutscenes in between, or at the beginning of each level, and kind of sort of throughout, although they're not quite purely cinematic, if they're like mid-level. And you have the option to, well, I think you have the option to skip any of the cinematics, which is nice. Ability to skip cinematics is always appreciated. Like, if it's ever not a thing, it's not something people praise. But yeah, anyway. So as you go through this, you have Pinky here, who is optionally controlled by player 2. Also, kind of your guide in single player a lot of the time. Okay, anyway. The whole point of this game is to, like, go around and, I mean, you kind of, okay, whatever. Faux Comrade Black is hiding on Paradise Island. Collect the color atoms. And, yeah, anyway. So you go around collecting color atoms that kind of give you points for each level, I think. And eventually, you know, if you get enough points and or complete certain tasks, then you get, they create like these transform engine things that you slam to put all the needed color in a given area, pretty much. And sometimes that'll unlock those different color pools and stuff. Sometimes it just, I don't know. It's called a transform engine for a reason. It transforms things. Doesn't always transform things in the exact same way every time. But, yeah. So, pretty much the main point of the game is to go around and add color to wherever you happen to be. Now, I'm not 100% sure if, because of the fact that I'm coming back to this level, the color is already here. I have to cross here to get to the next island. Water washes you clear. Yeah. So anyway, you're supposed to use paint that you put on Blob there to color different things. Yeah. Ink is bad in this game. It will make you lose color and kind of sort of health-ish. The top right there shows, I mean, technically it's your paint capacity, but it also kind of sort of serves as your health in this game. Yeah, so if you were to go in the ink, you lose your color and also kind of steadily your health as you remain in the ink. And as I said, the point is to kind of, you know, use paint to color various things like you just saw me doing there with the purple on those buildings. At any time, you could press Y to bring up a little ring guide around Blob so you have an idea of where to go for different things. That's pretty helpful at some points, because there are certain more intense parts of this game that, like, it's easy to almost kind of lose track of what you need to do because you get caught up in either doing something on the side or, like, defeating enemies. Yes, there are enemies in this game. Where's the other... Oh, really? Okay. Use your compass to find more challenges. Yeah. Another challenge here. Style pickups. Oh, yeah. Place a cool pattern upon each building. You paint. Okay, so I'm still, to be completely honest, not exactly 100% sure what difference that makes. I guess that's what causes the little design pattern thing there to show up, instead of just a pure color like these are. So yeah, anyway. This first level is about as tutorial-esque as this game gets. There really aren't too many enemies, if any at all, and yeah, it's just pretty much covering the basics of the game. Left trigger is used a lot, at least, you know, as I'm playing this on the Xbox version, it is. Comrade Black must be over there somewhere. Anyway. Yeah, there is technically a time limit, although the vast majority of the levels, it doesn't really seem to be an issue. Yeah. You can also get stuff for helping Gradients. That's kind of automatically one of your, like, side quest things to do in each level. The way that some of the scenes work out and the comedic nature of certain characters and how they're almost kind of minion-esque further leads me to believe that this game is meant for kids. Certain areas, if you paint all of that section, it will release gradients, and then once you kind of air quote help all the gradients by giving them color, if you're still in the midst of doing the level, it'll give you more time to complete it, which is part of the reason it's not really too much of an issue trying to complete these levels most of the time. And, yeah. If you've already completed the main part of the level, then helping the gradients and giving them color, I think, just kind of gives you more of the, like, color point things that I collected earlier on. Anyway, I'm gonna try not to take too long with all of this, because there's a little bit of explaining to do of some other things that I'm hoping to maybe kind of get to. Inspiration, yeah. So if you come back to a level, any previous inspiration that was there will just turn into those little color atoms. Gradients released, yeah. I guess I'll get them here. Okay, ooh, there's a style thing there. I'll pick that up just because. But yeah, each level typically has, like, given, I don't know, side quests or whatever. It involve painting certain things. Like, one of the things, in order to get 100% completion on a certain level, is to paint all the trees. Like you see right there. There's another one that involves painting, well, releasing and painting all of the gradients. Yeah. Trying to remember what the other one is. I mean, I know there are a bunch of, like, optional side mission things after you do the main stuff in any given level. Painting the trees. Okay. Let's do brown. Brown's more stereotypically a tree color than orange. So, yeah. I don't remember there being too much more in this level, but I feel like there is definitely more coming up at some point. So, yeah. I don't know. Oh, release more gradients. Where are they? But anyway, I've pretty much gotten everything that I actually need to for this level, so I'm honestly not real sure why I'm trying to pretty much 100% complete this now. Just, I guess, showing you a somewhat accurate picture of what the game would be like as you're playing through it. Yeah. Occasionally you have to go into other smaller areas, like I'm about to with this cave, and they play mostly the same, except it's like 2-dimensional instead of 3-dimensional. So in a sense, these areas are actually a little bit easier. Yeah. It finally showed you the charge mechanic. You still gotta hold left trigger to do it, but then you press right trigger to charge, as opposed to all the slams, which are left trigger and then A. So, yeah. I don't know if I'm supposed to be going through here yet, or if there was more stuff back there that I was actually supposed to do. Oh, that's probably another one of the side mission things to get 100% completion in a given level, is destroying inked crates and various other objects like that. Anything else I could do here? I don't know. I think. Okay, that switch brings up the paint, and okay, I think that's about it for this little tunnel cave area then. Coming out on the other side, there's going to be more stuff like there was before, but I think that's really enough to give you a general sense of the mechanics of this level, or in how the game works as a whole. There are other things that you can pick up that give you more lives. In later levels, there might be kind of armor pickups too. And yeah. Otherwise, there's still a bit more to go in this level, so I think I'm just going to quit it and go back to the main level selection screen. So, obviously, every single one of these places are like a different story mission. Here it shows how much of the how many of the invention points that you got, and your top score, as well as these medals off to the side are for respectively painting trees, destroying inked objects, and helping gradients. You get like a letter ranking depending on how you do at all that stuff combined in your score, I guess. I don't necessarily have an S in everything, so in any case, if you're more of a completionist, it gives you more stuff to do than just the basic story. But at the same time, one thing that's a little bit annoying about it is that if you're kind of rushed for time and you need to just finish up a level before doing all the side stuff, you have to replay the entire mission level thing all over again in order to do all the stuff and get full completion for that. I was in a hurry on this one in particular, which is why I got a B on it instead of, everything else. Now, there are normally, after you complete the necessary part of a mission, there's like side quest stuff to do that gives you more points and invention and stuff like that. But But that's really about it. It's not like it tries too hard to be serious. This is definitely more of a lighthearted, fun, even funny at times kind of game. And it just shows that all throughout. Obviously very colorful too, given that color is the whole point of the game. But yeah, otherwise, I don't know if there's really too much to say. I kind of enjoyed this one. You know, I like the fact that it wasn't overly complicated. Simple games are nice sometimes. So, yeah, the main gripe that I have with it is that the whole thing that I mentioned before about having to go back and just redo everything entirely if you want to, you know, 100% complete a given level, despite the fact that you may have already completed the necessary plot mission thing and other things within a given level. So that's my main gripe with it. So I certainly can't give it too high of a rating. There's also not necessarily a lot going on with it. Like, if I really put... I don't think it would take much more than like an hour or so per level to really get 100% completion in most cases. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, I guess. So you could pretty much 100% complete this game in like 12 hours, which is not a lot of content. But anyway, again, maybe they were thinking that it was designed for kids, and so it figured they would take a little bit longer for that kind of stuff. It's not like there's zero replay value, but beyond that likely 12-ish hours, there isn't that much in single player. Maybe that's where the Blob party mode comes in. I don't know what that's like. I wish I could show you, but I can't. So, you'll have to look up more information on that, I guess. So I guess, I don't know, on the whole, 6 or 7-ish, somewhere in that range. I know I give a lot of games that kind of rating. That's my, like, that's just kind of my general good but not great. Like, it's enjoyable, but it's not, like, it's not what I would consider a great game. It's not, like, overly immersive, and, like, there are some definite flaws and shortcomings to it. That's kind of my general thinking when I give a game like a 6 or 7. So yeah, somewhere in that range. Probably more towards 7, because what it has and does is good. It's just, it's kind of lacking in some areas, and there's the one major flaw of the, you know, having to redo stuff if you miss something. So yeah, yeah, more towards 7, I guess, than 6, with all that stuff in mind. That's everything I have to say. I'll probably be talking in circles if I say anything more. So, yeah, that's gonna do it for my review of Blob 2. I don't even know what the first game was like. I haven't played the first game. This was one that came free with Xbox Gold, and I just played it as something to do. So, yeah. That's... I don't know how to compare it to the first game, with all that being said. Yeah, anyway. Again, good, not great. Meh, you know. I kind of enjoyed it, but it was lacking in some areas. Anyway, that's it. So, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a like and share it with others so they can see and know about this game. And of course, subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell to get updates when I post new stuff. If you're interested in more game reviews or other content from me, make sure you look down in the description as well for info on my social media pages and how to find and follow those. And of course, leave any comments down below all that with any thoughts that you have on other games you want me to review or play through, or anything else you have in mind. Let me know down below. So that's it. Hope you're all doing well. Hopefully I will see you for the next video. But until then, stay cool, people.